Question number 36. Let A3BC and DE2F be 4-digit numbers where each letter represents a different digit greater than 3. If the sum of the numbers is 15902, then what is the difference between the values of A and D? So here there are two 4-digit numbers A3BC, DE2F. Their sum equal to 15902. Then it is given that A, B, C, D, E, F, all these are single digit numbers greater than 3. Now let us see here. C plus F equal to, here we have to get 2. So what are the values possible for C and F? C equal to 4, F equal to 8, then C equal to 5, F equal to 7. 4 plus 8 we get 12. Then these are the only possible values for C and F. First put C equal to 4 and F equal to 8. Then we get C plus F equal to 12. Then there will be remainder 1. Adding with this 2, 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus B's value we should get 10. So what is the value of B? B equal to 7. Then 7 plus 2, here we got 10. Then here there will be a remainder 1. 1 plus 3, 4. 4 plus some value we get 9. So what is that value? It should be 5. Then the remaining two numbers are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A equal to 6 and D equal to 9. Their difference is 9 minus 6 equal to 3. Now let us put value of C equal to 5 and F equal to 7. 5 plus 7 equal to 12. Then the remainder is 1. Then 1 plus 2, 3. Again we have to give B equal to 7. So here we have to use different values for each alphabet. But if you are using 5 and 7 for C and F, we have to use B also equal to 7. So the answer is A equal to 6 and D equal to 9. Their difference is 3. Option C, 3 is our answer. Question number 37. Two statements S1 and S2 are given below, followed by a question. Statement 1. There are not more than 2 figures on any page of a 51-page book. Statement 2. There is at least 1 figure on every page. Question. Are there more than 100 figures in that book? Which one of the following is correct in respect of the above statements and question? So here we have to see which all statements are required to answer this question. Are there more than 100 figures in that book? So let us see the first statement. There are not more than 2 figures on any page of a 51-page book. That means maximum number of figures in any page of that book equal to 2. Then there can be 1 figure page also, 0 figure page also. If there are 2 figures in each page, then maximum possible equal to 102. If there are some pages, if all pages have only 1 figure, then maximum possible figures equal to 51 into 1, 51. So we cannot say there are more than 100 figures in that book. Any value less than 102 is possible. Now let us see the second statement. There is at least 1 figure on every page. That means at least 1 figure. There can be 2 figure also in each page. If there are 1 figure in each page, then maximum possible number of pages equal to, in that book equal to 1 into 51, 51. If there are 2 figures in each page, then maximum possible equal to 102. So we cannot say how many pages are there, how many figures are there in that book by using any of this statement. So our answer is S1 and S2 together are not sufficient to answer the question. Option C. Question number 38. Considering the following data given here, what is the value of X in the above table? So here overall average marks in English is given as 8.8 and overall average marks in Hindi equal to X. So here we have to find this X. So how we can find overall average marks in English? How we got this 8.8? This we got by overall average marks in English equal to average marks of girls in English into number of girls in class. Let us take it as G. Then 9 into G, we get total marks obtained by the girls in that class in English, plus average marks of boys in English into number of boys in the class. Let us take number of boys in the class equal to B. Then 8B, we get total marks obtained by the boys in English in that class. Then total number of students in that class, G plus B, we get average marks 8.8. 9G plus 8B all divided by G plus B, we get 8.8 overall average marks. Similarly, overall average mark in Hindi equal to 8G plus 7B divided by total number of students in that class. This is equal to X. We have to find this X. Then this is the overall average marks in English. This we can rewrite it as 8G plus 7B plus G plus B, then 8G plus G, it is 9G, and 7B plus B, it is 8B, all divided by G plus B, we get 8.8. This we can write it as 8G plus 7B divided by G plus B plus G plus B divided by G plus B. This is equal to 8.8. Then we know 8G plus 7B all divided by G plus B equal to X. This is equal to X. Then X plus G plus B all divided by G plus B equal to 1 equal to 8.8. Then X equal to 8.8 minus 1. I am taking this 1 to right side, then it become minus 1. Then answer is 7.8. Value of X equal to overall average marks in Hindi, which is equal to 7.8. Option A is our answer. Question number 39. A family of 2 generations consisting of 6 members, P, Q, R, S, T and U, has 3 males and 3 females. There are 2 married couples and 2 unmarried siblings. U is P's daughter and Q is R's mother-in-law. T is an unmarried male and S is a male. Which one of the following is correct? So in a family there are 6 members, P, Q, R, S, T U in 2 generations. First generation, second generation. And there are 3 males and 3 females. There are 2 married couples and 2 unmarried siblings. Then U is P's daughter. U is P's daughter. I am marking female member in a circle. Then P's daughter. P is in first generation and U is in second generation. And generation I am marking in a vertical line. Then Q is R's mother-in-law. That means Q is in first generation. She is a female member, so encircled it. Then R is in first generation, second generation. So here Q is a female member, U also a female member. Then T is an unmarried male. T is an unmarried male and S is a male. I am marking S in a male in a square. Now here it is said that there are 2 married couples. So here R is a married person and Q also a married person and P also a married person. In first generation, both P and Q are married person. There is only 2 married couples. That means P married to Q. Q is a female member. That means P is husband of Q. P is a male member. Then the only remaining R also a male member. So here we can encircle it. Now we have to find a husband for R. Here P already assigned. S is a male and T is an unmarried male. So the only option is S. Here we can write S. And R is mother-in-law of Q. That means S is Q's son. Then there are 2 unmarried siblings. The remaining option T, sibling of this U. Now let us see the options. R is U's husband. No. R is S wife. R is, here it is S is a male member. R is S wife. That is true. S is unmarried. No. None of the above. So our answer is option B. R is S wife. Question number 40. If in a particular year 12th January is a Sunday, then which one of the following is correct? Option A, 15th July is a Sunday if the year is a leap year. So if today is Sunday, then after 7 days it will be again Sunday. By using this knowledge, we can solve this question. So here 12th January is a Sunday. Then after 12th January, there are 31 minus 12, 19 days in that month. Then in February, if it is a leap year, there will be 29 days. In March, every March has 31 days. Every April has 30. Here it is 31. Here it is 30. Here it is 31. Here we have to find July 15th. July 15th. Sum all these, we get 185. 185 divided by 7, we get 26 week and 3 days. At the end of this 26th week, it will be a Sunday again. But here 3 more days. That means this Sunday will be this 15th July will be a Wednesday. 15th July is a Wednesday. So this is not our answer. Then 15th July is a Sunday if the year is not a leap year. Not a leap year means February has 28 days. Then it become 184. Then here 26 weeks and 2 days. At the end of this 26th week, it will be a Sunday. So this is also not an answer. Not our answer. Then 12th July is a Sunday if the year is a leap year. Before that, we do the option D. 12th July is a Sunday if the year is not a leap year. So here, 12th July decreased by 3 days from here. Then this become 181. 181. That means 25 week and 6 days. At the end of this 26th week, it will be a Sunday. But therefore, this is also not our answer. Then 12th July is a Sunday if the year is a leap year. So here it will be 29. This become 182. Then 182 divided by 7, we get exactly 26th week. That means at the end of this 26th week, it will be a Sunday again. Our answer is option C. 12th July is a Sunday if the year is a leap year. Question number 47. How many different 5-letter words with or without meaning can be constructed using all the letters of the word Delhi, so that each word has to start with D and end with I? So here we have to construct 5-letter words using all the letters of the word Delhi. Delhi has 5 letters. That means in these 5-letter words, letters are not repeating. Then it is said that each word has to start with D and end with I. Then that words should be like this: D at the start and I at the end. The remaining 3 letters in between. So ELH we can arrange in 3 factorial words. There are 3 words. 3 factorial equal to 3 into 2 is equal to 6. So we can arrange ELH in 6 ways. ELH, LEH, HLE, like that. So 6 ways we can arrange these 3 words. Then D at the start, I at the end. We can have 6 words. Our answer is option D, 6. Question number 48. A bottle contains 20 liters of liquid A. 4 liters of liquid A is taken out of it and replaced by same quantity of liquid B. Again 4 liters of the mixture is taken out and replaced by same quantity of liquid B. What is the ratio of quantity of liquid A to that of liquid B in the final mixture? So here there is liquid A and liquid B. Initially there were only liquid A 20 liters and liquid B was 0 liter. Then 4 liters of liquid A is taken out, then it becomes 16 liters and 4 liters of liquid B is added. Then this is a new mixture, 16 plus 4. Then again 4 liters of this mixture is taken out. Then 16 minus liquid A will reduce by 4 into 16 by 20. 4 into 16 by 20. This much quantity of liquid A will reduce. Here 4 minus 4 into 4 by 20. This much will reduce and 4 liters of liquid B is added to it. Then what is the ratio of liquid A to liquid B? So we have to find the ratio of liquid A to liquid B. Then after simplifying this, we will get the required answer. This is the quantity of liquid A taken out of that mixture. If you are taking 4 liters of this mixture, in that 4 liter, 4 into 16 by 20 will be the liquid A, and 4 into 4 by 20 will be the liquid B. Then ratio of liquid A and liquid B equal to 16 into, I am taking 16 outside, then it become 1 minus 4 by 20 equal to 1 by 5, whole divided by, I am taking 4 here also. Here I am taking 4 outside. Then 4 plus 4, 8. Then 2 minus 1 by 5. This is equal to 16 into 5 minus 1 for 4 by 5. Here 4 into 2 into 5, 10, 10 minus 1, 9, 9 divided by 5. Then simplifying this, we get 5, 5 gone, 4, 4 gone. This become 16 by 9. That is equal to 16 is to 9. Our answer is option C, 16 is to 9. Question number 49. The average score of a batsman after his 50th innings was 46.4. After 60th innings, his average score increases by 2.6. What was his average score in the last 10 innings? So here it is given average after 50th innings. So how we find average after 50th innings? Total runs he scored after 50th innings, well divided by 50, we get average score after 50th innings, which is equal to 46.4. Then it is said that after 60th innings, his average score increases by 2.6. After 60th innings, his average score increased by 2.6. Total runs after 60th innings divided by 60, we get average score after 60th innings, which is equal to 46.4 plus 2.6 equal to 49. Then it is said that, asked, what was his average score in the last 10 innings? So how we find the average score after last 10 innings? Total runs scored in the last 10 innings divided by 10, we get the average score in the last 10 innings. So for that, runs scored in the last 10 innings equal to total runs after 60th innings minus total runs after 50th innings. So how we find total runs after 60th innings? See here, total runs after 60th innings divided by 60, we get 49 as average. Takes this 60 into right side here, then it becomes 49 into 60. That is equal to total runs scored in the after 60th innings. That is equal to 60 into 49. Here it is 60 into 49 minus total runs scored after 50th innings, which is equal to, take this 50 into right side, then it becomes 46.4 into 50. We get total runs after 50th innings. That is equal to 50 into 46.4. Then after simplifying this, we get total runs scored by him in the last 10 innings. All divided by 10, we get our required answer. 6 into 9, 54. 4 into 6, 24 plus 5, 29, 2940 minus 26, 2320, we get 2320. 50 into 46.4 equal to 2320. This is equal to 620. So total runs scored in the last 10 innings equal to 620. Then average in the last 10 innings equal to 620 divided by 10, we get 62. Our answer is option C, 62. Question number 50. As a result of 25% hike in the price of rice per kilogram, a person is able to purchase 6 kilogram less rice for rupees 1200. What was the original price of rice per kilogram? Let us take original price of rice per kilogram equal to X. Then he could purchase Y kilogram of rice for 1200 rupees. Then there happened 25% hike in the price of rice per kilogram. So how can we represent it? Earlier it was X, then 25% we can write it as 25 divided by 100. 25% of X is increased. Then it become 25 divided by 100 equal to 0.25. X plus 0.25 we get 1.25. This is the new price of the rice, 1.25x per kilogram. Then he could purchase 6 kilogram less rice. Earlier price was new price is 1.25. Earlier he could purchase Y kilogram, but with this price he could purchase 6 kilogram less for the same money. Then what is here we have to find what is the value of this X. Here we have two equations and two unknown X and Y. So by solving this we can find X. This is equation 1. This is equation 2. So here equation 2 by 1 we get 1.25x into y minus 6 divided by x into y equal to 1200 divided by 1200. Then x gone, here 1200 gone. Then 1.25 for easy simplification, 1.25 we can write it as 5 by 4. 5 by 4 equal to 1.25. Y minus 6 divided by y. This is equal to 1. Then 5y minus 30, I multiplied taking this 5 into inside, equal to 4y. 4y I am taking right side, 4y. Then we get y equal to 30. Y equal to 30 and xy equal to 1200. Put value of y in equation 1. X into 30 equal to 1200, x equal to 1200 divided by 30, we get 40 as our required answer. Option B, rupees 40 is our answer, the original price of rice per kilogram. Question number 57. A shop owner offers the following discount options on an article to a customer. These are the 3 discount options given. Then which one of the following is correct? Here we have to find which of these discount option is good for the customer. To solve this question, let us take cost of article equal to 100. Then successive discount of 10% and 20%, and then pay a service tax of 10%. To find the 10% of any value, put a decimal one place after from the right end. For example, 10% of 100 equal to, put a decimal point here. Then 10% of 100 equal to 10. Therefore, after successive discount of 10%, so after 10% discount, 10% of 100 equal to 10, it become 90. Then after that, 20% discount. How we find 20% of 90? 10% of 90 equal to 9. Then 20% means 2 times of 10%. Then 2 into 9, 18. Minus 18, we get 72. Then pay a service tax of 10%. 10% of 72 equal to 7.2. So adding 7.2 with 72, we get price of that article based on first option equal to 72 plus 7.2. Here we get 79.2. This is the cost of article based on first discount option. Now let us see the second option. 20% discount from the 100. 10% of 100 equal to 10. 2 into 10 equal to 20. So we get 20% of 100 equal to 20. 100 minus 20, 80. Then 10% of 80 equal to 8. We get 72. Then pay a service tax of 10%. 10% of 72 equal to 7.2. We get 79.2 is the cost of article based on the second discount option. So here first option discount option and second discount option are equally good. Therefore our answer is option D. All the options are equally good for the customer. Question number 58. The letters from A to Z are numbered from 1 to 26 respectively. If GHI equal to 1578, DEF equal to 912, then what is ABC equal to? So here first we have to find the relationship between these letters and their coded numbers. Then using the same relationship we have to find what is the code for ABC. GHI equal to 1578. G H I. GHI. So what is the number for G? G equal to 7. 7 and H equal to 8 and I equal to 9. When it numbering from 1 to 26. Then 7 into 2 equal to 14. 8 into 2 equal to 16. And 9 into 2 equal to 18. Adding all these we get 8, 7, 5, 1. 1578. So we found the relationship between the letters and numbers. Similarly, DEF also. DEF. D equal to 4, E equal to 5, F equal to 6, 8, 10, 12. Adding all these numbers, 2, 1, 9. We get 9, 1, 2. The same way we can find ABC. A, B, C. A equal to 1, B equal to 2, C equal to 3. Then double these values. A equal to, then 1 into 2, 2, 2 into 2, 4, 2 into 3, 6. Then 246 is the code for ABC. Our answer is option D, 246.